Side centre, Owen Finnegan starts on the blind side flank. Power there, ball in hand elsewhere. The Lions know what's coming, but the Lions are a scarce breed. They come out every 4 years. It's 12 years since they've been here, and they're much better for it. All looking forward to this. Paul taking his time and using his time well. Now the Australians were telling themselves that they've weathered the storm, and now is the time to come back. Yes, when Howley gets on his scooter, he flies along and he's got it out to Wilkinson, and then Henderson.
He's on his feet.
Doing the hard work. Daffy James there, you can see number 14, the winger, joining in. Oh, there was something on if the Lions had gone to the right.
He was on his feet. 7 balls there first.
But they never got the ball.
He was on his feet, then he started working. 7 balls was there first.
Had a bad run of whistle just lately, the Lions. Wood, the man with the perfect personality for touring throws. Gregan. This time it's Australia who do excellent work at the line-out. Gregan with players all over him, but the Lions have broken the offside line. Gregan, Larkham, Latham, Smith. This is Eales. Johnny Wilkinson, mismatch in size, but he felled the tree. Gregan, Walker, Smith, Latham, biding their time, looking for the opening.
Now the Lions line-out needs to get back on track. And it's lost again, that's 2.
George Smith got the present.
But folks back home, don't go to the bar yet. There's a long way to go against this lot.
Taken by George Smith. Positions, Flatley went with him. Gregan passes now to George Smith. George Smith, Flatley, Gregan. Well, he's kicking out. And this has to rank as one of the greatest achievements in the Lions' history. But the referee's decided there are a few more seconds left. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. It had to be the final whistle. And Australia, the leading superpower of the world game, has been rocked by the Lions' own power and their thought tonight. What a clever game they've played. It's the Lions who have the momentum.
Wow, what a sight for Australian rugby. The biggest game the Wallabies have played since the 2003 Rugby World Cup final at this venue. Australia versus the Lions. It is fine, 13 degrees, beautiful conditions, and the gold jerseys, the big one in particular, out in force to see if the Wallabies of 2013 could do what the Wallabies of 2001 did.
But for mine, George Smith is a key ingredient into a Wallabies victory tonight, Timmy.
Final words for the Wallabies in their dressing room. You can see number 7, George Smith there. What a story. Was there 12 years ago. Man of the match in the 3rd test against the Lions on his 21st birthday. He actually turns 33 tomorrow week.
There he is, George Smith. Played for Toulon in France, for Suntory in Japan, was on loan for the Brumbies, the 3rd most capped Wallaby with 111 test caps.
It's his 4th test against the Lions. He becomes the 7th Wallaby. And he was man of the match 12 years ago. Can he repeat that performance? Most of us think he can.
And world for 12, our home is cut by sea. Our land abounds in nature's good.
Jonathan Sexton gets this underway. The 3rd and deciding test, 2013. An early mistake there by the Wallabies. Oh, go to the front. Down to Genia and now George Smith. O'Brien holds on. Genia. Now it's George Smith. Oh, he ran into Hibbard And George Smith is out cold. It's not the way it was supposed to end for George Smith. My goodness, he took a terrible blow there.
Him head to head, nothing wrong, nothing wrong.
Yeah, big head clash. George Smith, Richard Hibbert. George Smith coming in the angle. You can see
James.
Will Genia picking out the runner. It was a wonderful angle. See, Genia went across Ben Alexander and copped it on the side of the cheekbone. Concussion rule. He's got some time to get over the collision.
I told you there is a big gap between second and third. Right?
Well, just 4.5 minutes gone. Wonderful replacement in Michael Hooper, but George Smith will be taken to the sidelines to undergo some tests.
Well, the Wallabies players look up now, the forward pack, and see George Smith coming back on the field. Michael Hooper leaving. So concussion rule. George Smith was allowed back on the field. Penny did well to control that.
And the penalty goes against the Lions for holding on.
Release the ball, release.
Ben Alexander and George Smith it was.
Holding on.
Over the ball.
And George Smith is coming from the field because they have to substitute him with a front rower.
Mogg stands up 40 metres out and bangs one close into the corner. Ben Alexander now back on the field, as is George Smith.
Here's George Smith. Stolen by Faletau. Brilliant work by the number 8. Safinga. Kenya to George Smith. George Smith coming off now. Doesn't look like it's going to be a fairy tale ending for the 32-year-old. 111th Test match, third now behind George Gregan on 139, or Nathan Sharp on 116.
Clarkey put the fresh legs on early. He beat Robbie down.
The whistle goes. It is full time, and the British and Irish Lions have turned on a magnificent performance. 41 points to 16. The Lions over the Wallabies, and they have won the Tom Richards Cup